So I get the whole idea that running this in standalone mode sort of liberates you from the computer. But if you take a second look, especially if you're an MPCX owner and you're thinking about getting into like future platforms like this, the MPC keys, which has more DSP, can run more internal plugins and all that. But there's something that's still really cool about running this in control mode. First of all, those of you that own MPCXs with the extended controls, like this keypad, the Q links with the OLEDs, and some of the dedicated hardware buttons that you're just not going to find. All but one, the sounds button that's on the MPC keys, they don't have that. You have this little secret menu, and you can just pop into it like that. Okay, and that's not bad. I thought maybe it was a shift in something else, but that's fine. So like anywhere you're at, you can be right here or whatever, and you need to get back to sounds. I mean, it's okay and all that. So, but the experience running standalone in comparison to the DAW, as far as the hands-on control, hasn't really changed. The only time you have to kind of leave that style of workflow is when you're using like an external plugin. For example, if I go in and add another plugin right here, I'll go pick Superior Drummer. Takes a second for the screen to update on this computer. It's this computer, the Mac that I'm using, it's a little pokey. But what it's doing is pulling up. So for example, if I pick Superior Drummer 3, now at this point I got to go into here, right? Pull up the plugin and pull up a preset, and now I got my hand on the mouse already. So I'll just go into here, Oyster, whatever, and then I believe I have it custom in the, as far as pad performance mode. And then I've got a template that I use for the MPCX, which I saved here. I'll just turn it on. Okay, Akai map. So I should be good to go. Matter of fact, that's a 6 gigabyte drum kit. Okay. Here's the Amber kit. That's my favorite one. I mean, the 6 gigabyte is not even enough for the MPC keys, really, actually, to host a plugin of this stature. But what I'm actually, this is a side note, what I'm hoping is now that Akai owns BFD, I'd like to see some like light version that can give you these kind of drum sounds in standalone. That would be a huge okay. Actually, this is not supposed to be there. Let me just do something real quickly here. I'm just going to go into an assignment. Mapping assignment for snare. I want side stick. I want to, there. Okay. Just save that mapping and then save this preset. Okay. Okay, so now for the most part, that's the only thing I really have to use from the computer. The other advantage is you get the same kind of audio recording capabilities, very seamless. The crossfades are automatic. I mean, there's a lot of cool things about it. And I can do more than 8 tracks of audio like you would do in standalone. And if you need it, and I mean, if you're that type of person who needs more plugins, maybe you shouldn't even be using this. But it tops out at 8 plugins. So it may or may not be a deal breaker. I'll leave that up for all the viewers out there to decide. But the workflow and how you can move around on it is unlike any DAW. So for example, I'm just going to record a 2-bar beat. So I'll just extend that idea, and I'll just duplicate everything. Now it's at 4 bars. Okay. And this could be my metronome or whatever, or basis for another drum beat. Got a recording. The cool thing about it, I can change the tracks here. I can change them up here with the Q link, or I can hold down and go here to another MIDI or audio. That says audio there. So for example, I'm gonna go to another plugin. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the third plugin, which is almost like a DX7 plugin. Okay. This is the only page here where you can't see the progress bar. I wish Akai would add that. So if I'm in the edit screen, I can see that right there. Okay. Again, I can go to track 3, I can do it from here, or I can do it from here. So they give you just enough flexibility to create your own way of workflow, the way you like to work. And then I'm going to go with plugin number 1 was the piano. Okay, so I'll just try to change it from here now. I'll add another plugin. I want a bass sound. So I can get basses anywhere, but I'm going to go to bass line. We'll do thumps. So here's the kind of cool thing about this workflow. I'm going to show you in this view. Here's the full 4 bars. What if I just want to do 1 bar? I can do bop. And I can slow it down. Because I might want to go back down to here, well, and just totally delete it. Or I could just now go back to here, take the tempo back up. Bar, or I could record these last 2. Or I could go back to track 1, which is the drums, and then do a nice fill. Bar 3 now. another track. There's a nice little Fabric XL guitar that I've been liking a lot. And all I have to do is go into electric guitars right here. It's called Dirty Strat. There's a kind of a crappy thing about these Yamaha, all Yamaha keyboards, by the way, do this. The motifs, the montage. You got to take out the channel pressure, and I'm going to do that through the computer. I hate to even have to stop to show you, but if I hit the channel pressure that's on all Yamaha keyboards sounds like this. And that's not good for most things. Now if I take it out, you don't have it, so. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. So let's hear it for bar one. Matter of fact, Fabric has a has another guitar. I think it's like the Crystal Strat. Is it that one? Or was it? I think it was Clean Funk. Or is it Strat Mute? It's one of the two. I think either one will work, but let's see. Played too much that earlier. So, take a look. That right there, I don't like that. So all I'm gonna do is right there, it's gone now. Just erase that little note manually. So I'm at 7 tracks. The reason why I'm saying this is because we'll go in and there's a bell that I liked, 80s bell here. Okay. So what we have here is 7 tracks counting drums, right? And that's why I said standalone, even though this maxes out at 8, it's still doable to create sort of a modern contemporary track, as you can hear. And, you know, theoretically, I could dump these all back down as audio if I needed to free up a track or whatever. I mean, it's still possible. So it's doable. Now, if you go into here, this is 4 tracks. I can double. I don't know how I want to do it, but I can double the length of this. Now it's 8 bars. And now, actually, I can double this again. So now it's 16 bars. So from bar 8, for example, and 16 could actually be, used as a solo. I mean, as your let's see. Nah, I could use it as a piano solo, but now I'll go back to the piano track. Okay. And re-record this. Needs to have a little more presence. Edit here. Let's see if I got the juice to do it. A little more volume and a little bit more delay, I think. Okay, let's see what happens here. That was like an 8-bar mini solo. Actually turn the guitar down right here. Down the mix. Turn the tempo up a little bit. So as you can see, you can, even when like using the DAW and knowing, other than having the high definition drums, which I stated before, these are all Akai plugins here. And so, and I still, let me just see how many tracks I used. 7 tracks. I still didn't use the full amount, which is 8 on here, if you're running it standalone, I mean. So even that sort of that sense of false sense of security, being able to run everything that you want, you actually don't need that much. You still should be able to do what you want. And like I said, you could dump this down the audio if you wanted to. But what you also saw is me using this in DAW mode, and how many times did I use the mouse on here just to set up Superior Drummer, and that's it. So hopefully you got something out of this video. The one last thing, because someone requested this, I might end up multi-sampling a high definition drum kit myself from Superior or maybe even for my 5080 Roland, like SRX drums card or whatever. And that I'm going to show in a whole nother video coming up soon, I guess. And then, so anyway, leave any questions or comments. And until next time, peace out.